Let's talk about the Secret Service. What is wrong with the Secret Service?
I just cannot believe these. I mean, these stories are obviously true, but I cannot believe how these decisions that some of these people are making. So we find out that 3 people that were on the president's trip to Europe were sent home. 3 Secret Service officers were sent home.
Part of a very special group.
That's
Yeah,
right.
This is
And
the
the
president's
Secret
detail.
Service.
yeah, I mean, they're in
Yeah.
charge of protecting the president's life, and
Right.
they're kind of a scout team that goes out ahead. And
Not supposed to have alcohol within 10 hours
right. I
of
mean, that's
reporting to duty.
personally, I think that's I don't know why they should be having alcohol within any hours of protecting the president's life. But one of them was apparently passed out in the hallway of the hotel and had to be carried into his room. So he gets sent home, kind of gets spanked and sent back to Washington. And this happened after apparently there was a car accident a couple weeks ago in Miami with other Secret Service officers involved. And this comes a year or two after
Cartagena, yeah.
there was an issue in Colombia with prostitutes. So
So you're wondering, is there a kind of culture that's building up in relation to drugs, alcohol, women?
Well, I think it's important to just make clear that there was never a suggestion at any point the president was ever at any risk. So it is more a question of culture than, was the president ever threatened? I do think, yes, it is a question of culture. I think part of the reason why the current director of the Secret Service is a woman was she was appointed after the Cartagena, Colombia prostitution scandal. And in part, there was this thinking that it was, for lack of a better term, a bro culture. And that perhaps if they had a woman come in and run the agency, that it would clean up what was seen as maybe frat-like behavior. I mean, it's all been male Secret Service agents that have been involved in these sort of drinking and carousing incidents. I think, and she has instituted a zero-tolerance policy, which...
Well, what is a zero-tolerance policy if they simply send them home?
Well, I don't think, I mean, it's not entirely clear that they just went sent home. I mean, it's the beginning. They were immediately sent home, but you can't immediately fire federal employees. There's still a process by which they would have to go through. So it's possible that some combination of them could lose their jobs over this. And because of the sort of embarrassment factor of it and the continuing negative culture, I think that they're in a pretty bad spot right now.
Yeah, this all happened in Amsterdam, and I think that basically the president's international gathering should be like in Peoria. We need to select more boring places for the Secret Service to go.
I mean, Sue raises a good point. There was no evidence that the president's life was in danger, but how many more of these things can we have until something really scary
And it
happens?
distracts when the president's abroad and trying to have a message and have something to say, and then this is happening. We're all talking about this and not talking about what the president wants to talk about.